Are quarantine, honesty, and resolving accusations important for community well-being? Is living right important for Christians? Let's look at Numbers 5. Was quarantine a concern in the camp in the wilderness? The Lord said to Moses, "Command the Israelites to send away from the camp anyone who has a defiling skin disease, or a discharge of any kind, or who's ceremonially unclean because of a dead body. Send away male and female alike. Send them outside the camp, so they'll not defile their camp, where I dwell among them." The Israelites did so. They sent them outside the camp. They did just as the Lord had instructed Moses. Was there a place for confession and compensation for any wrong? Was there an added fine to be paid? Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Speak to the children of Israel. When a man or woman commits any sin that men commit in unfaithfulness against the Lord, and that person's guilty, then he shall confess the sin which he had committed. He shall make restitution for his trespass in full, plus 1/5 of it, and give it to the one he's wronged. But if the man has no relative to whom restitution may be made for the wrong, the restitution for the wrong must go to the Lord, for the priest, in addition to the ram of the atonement, with which atonement is made for him. Every offering of all holy things of the children of Israel, which they bring to the priest, shall be his, and every man's holy things shall be his. Whatever any man gives, the priest shall be his." What's a sample case study of accusation and how that could be resolved? And the Lord said to Moses, "Give the following instructions to the people of Israel. Suppose a man's wife goes astray, and she's unfaithful to her husband, and has sex with another man, but neither her husband or anyone else knows about it. She's defiled herself, even though there was no witness, and she was not caught in the act. If her husband becomes jealous and is suspicious of his wife and needs to know whether or not she's defiled herself, the husband must bring his wife to the priest. He must also bring an offering of 2 quarts of barley flour to be presented on her behalf. Don't mix it with olive oil or frankincense, for it's a jealousy offering, an offering to prove whether or not she's guilty." Was there a procedure to be undertaken through which God would reveal the truth? The priest shall bring her near and set her before Yahweh. The priest shall take holy water in an earthen vessel, and the priest shall take some of the dust that's on the floor of the tabernacle and put it into the water. The priest shall set the woman before Yahweh, and let the hair of the woman's head go loose, and put the meal offering of memorial in her hands, which is the meal offering of jealousy. The priest shall have in his hand the water of bitterness that brings a curse. The priest shall cause her to take an oath, and shall tell the woman, "If no man has lain with you, and if you haven't gone aside to uncleanness, being under your husband's authority, be free from this water of bitterness that brings a curse. But if you've gone astray, being under your husband's authority, and if you're defiled and some man has lain with you besides your husband, then the priest shall cause the woman to swear with the oath of cursing, and the priest shall tell the woman, 'May Yahweh make you a curse and an oath among your people when Yahweh allows your thigh to fall away and your body to swell. And this water that brings a curse will go into your bowels and make your body swell and your thigh fall away.' The woman shall say, 'Amen, Amen.'" Was God's answer revealed to all through washing the ink into the water? The priest shall write these curses in the scroll and wipe them off into the water of bitterness. Then he'll make the woman drink the water of bitterness that brings the curse, and the water that brings the curse will enter her, causing bitterness. The priest will take the grain offering for jealousy from the woman's hands, elevate the grain offering before the Lord, and bring it to the altar. The priest will take a handful of the grain offering as a token part of it and turn it into smoke on the altar. And afterward he'll make the woman drink the water. When he's made her drink the water, if she has defiled herself and has broken faith with her husband, then the water that brings the curse will enter her, causing bitterness. and her womb will discharge and she'll miscarry. The woman will be a curse among her people. But if the woman hasn't defiled herself and she's pure, then she'll be immune and able to conceive. What would be the result of this inquiry for the accused? This is the ceremony that must take place at my altar when a husband suspects that his wife has been unfaithful. The priest must tell the woman to stand in my presence and carefully follow these instructions. If the husband's wrong, he'll not be punished, but if his wife is guilty, she will be punished. What did Peter write about living a holy and pure life? As obedient children, don't be conformed to the passions of your former ignorance. But as he who called you is holy, you also be holy in all your conduct, since it's written, "You shall be holy, for I am holy." What did John write about Christians living right? If you know that he's righteous, you know that everyone also who does righteousness has been born of him. Are quarantine, honesty, and resolving accusations important for community well-being? Is living right important for Christians? You decide.